And great fear, brothers and sisters. Great fear, we're told that men's hearts be failing for fear. Those things coming upon the earth. The powers of heaven be shaken. So we're already defined, right, what the situation would be like emotionally when that war takes place, when the realization of what's happening is realized. Fear, it will bring great fear and anticipation. So if the fear is so great in anticipation, what do you think the fear will be like when it actually hits here? Men's hearts failing and having strokes. Not just men, women. It means where will you be when you have that heart attack? Where would you be if you had a stroke? You'd be on a plane, you'd be flying a plane, you'd be driving a car. Chaos. And that's anticipation. Great fear is racing towards America at full speed. Full speed. They happen to have some technical difficulties, brothers and sisters. Yes, they had spent a lot of time and it was terrible. I want to do a comprehensive. I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to wait till I get my sound. Okay? I think I got my sound under somewhat control today. So I'm going to give a brief rendition of what I talked about yesterday. I'm going to keep it brief because I don't want to bump into the broadcasts at 3 o'clock today. Right? Plus, I want to make sure. I don't want to spend 2 and 3 hours again and the sound as poor as it was. Because this information, this is not a movie. You just sit around and eat popcorn and, no. This is information you need to know. Master Prophet Muhammad didn't say you have to have a thorough viewing. They say you have a thorough knowledge of self, knowledge. I said, I saw the movie. And I don't think anyone really got anything out of yesterday because I couldn't hardly understand what I was saying myself. It's very technical stuff. Can't say, I heard it. Because I guarantee, I'm not going to say that. But I'm pretty much assured if I ask questions about it, I wouldn't get good answers. It's very technical. It's mathematics. I'm upset about yesterday because I double checked it, my sound, and kept spot checking it, and then when I went back, it was like, what? Almost 2 or 3 hours. Why was I upset about that one? Because I wanted to give I'm going to give a brief rendition of it today. And I plan in the future to do it very detailed. It's going to take several hours, probably a whole day to put it together like I want to. Move on. So again, I want you to understand this concept. Like we actually get into it, right? The concept of momentum. Look up momentum. Momentum means you're not under power, you're just gliding along. No power, just it's like a bird just is not flapping his wings anymore; it's just gliding. Okay? So he's moving off the power that gave him, the previous power. So now the power got him up there in the sky, right? That way now he's up there. Now he just holds wings out. He don't do anything. He's in momentum at that point. If you travel along, the basic idea of momentum is you got 3 stages of movement. You got acceleration, means you're changing. Right? You're putting on brakes, or you're stopping, or you're moving, you're going, you're stopping, or going. Right? I mean, you're moving forward faster, or you're slowing down. Any change in motion, that's acceleration. Velocity is like you're going at constant speed. Or you go 60 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, no changing. That's velocity. Momentum is you're not putting no power. Your foot's not on the gas. It's not on the brakes. You're just sitting there. In other words, you're moving off the velocity or off the previous acceleration or previous velocity, because you're no longer applying energy anymore. You're just momentum. But see, someone from the outside, let's say, for instance, you was sliding along on an icy road. You was driving along an icy road. Well, if you stop putting gas, since the ice is so slick, you probably still moving 60 miles an hour. You probably still be moving 60 miles an hour, even though you're not applying any gas, because the road is so slick. So someone, an observer, would not know that you were not put on the gas. They say, man, he's moving 60 miles an hour. They better get out of his way. Because you move 60 miles an hour, they don't know that you're in momentum stage, because you're not putting your foot, right? You're not trying to stop it. You ain't trying to put your foot on the gas, and you're putting your foot on the brakes, just moving. And so, but you have no power. Just momentum. Because as soon as you hit something, you're going to stop. Because you have no power. You hit a tree or something, anything you hit, it's going to stop you or divert you, whatever. That's momentum. And so America had 5 years of acceleration. 5 years of acceleration. Taking everybody out, kicking everybody's ass. And so their power ended at 2020. No more power anymore. But they're on momentum. So everybody thinks, hey, look, they still think they can kick people's ass because they're still moving. They're still doing it, threatening people. But they're on momentum. And so people backing off. Some people may be doing it on purpose. They just understand what's going on, right? For other reason I explained earlier. But everybody said, hey man, look, they got America's way, man. They're kicking ass. No, they have momentum. They don't have the power to do that anymore. They have momentum stage. See? And so what happens is they'll keep going until it hits something. And then you realize, oh, they'll have no power. You hit a bump, right? Or the ice runs out and they hit a dust road, and all of a sudden they slows down because, it's not sliding anymore. Wait, they don't have no power. How come they slow down? The road's slowing them down. See? That's what. But you keep going on momentum. See, the law of physics says anything, any opposite in action will continue in their action, and their action until they meet a force changes their action. It has to be a vector. A force has to act upon them. Otherwise, just keep on any motion. I forget exactly what they said, right? But once you're in motion, you continue staying in motion until a force acts upon you. Okay? So you put something in motion, it's going to keep on going. It'll go forever unless something acts upon it. In momentum stage. Okay? So the thing is that everybody's fear of America, but America's in momentum. There's no power anymore. You got to sign that. She's got to sign that with Afghanistan. Okay? So America's going, and the last thing America wants, they don't realize it. They hit something, and then everybody realizes, hey, they have no power. They hit that tree and didn't knock the tree down. The car just stopped. If they had power, they would knock that damn tree down. Crash the car and everything. No, it's boom, stop. And say they're about to hit Iran. If you understand, they're about to hit Iran, and that's when everybody realized their power is broken. She says, men's hearts failing for fear of those things coming upon earth, because the powers haven't been shaken. In other words, when they realized the powers were shaken, they said, oh man, the power's shaken. They had no power. And fear comes on them because they thought they had momentum. They thought they had velocity or acceleration. They found this momentum. America had no power. So they come, oh, we're in trouble. Because Iran going to kick America's ass so solid, so firmly. It's going to be no doubt. America has no power. As they going to come at them like a whirlwind. When they see that, all the nations going to jump on them. Because now that's when the dam breaks. They're going to hit that dam. They're going to break it. The momentum. The momentum is going to break. You know, I keep saying Master Muhammad is going to break that dam, but that's where it's going to be broken in that situation. And then a flood comes through. Because all of a sudden, everybody realizes they have no power. And then everybody jumps on them. They're going to face the consequence of every nation that they did something to. I said it's a ripple effect, right? Well, not a ripple effect, but all the nations, they got to pay for what they did, but then all the nations got to pay what they did to us. It was like a reverse movie. Everybody's going to jump on them because they realize they have no power. See, Trump is bluffing. He ain't going to do a goddamn thing because he don't realize America's in momentum. Everybody's getting out of the way because they fear. Like the bully, they fear. Like the bully was kicking everybody's ass. Now the bully got no strength, but everybody's scared of him because he been kicking everybody's ass. He don't have the ability to do that anymore, but they don't know that. Until you mess around getting a fight, and then damn, you guys remember that Tyson thing? Similar, right? He was. I tell everybody, nobody listened to me. I said Tyson. I didn't say momentum. I said he don't have no power anymore. His power is fear, psychological. Nobody would fight the man. He get in the ring, they're running from him. He's run behind him and knock him out. And then he ran to Buster Douglas, a third-rate fighter. He should never been in the ring. They just gave it to him and said, hey, man, he's going to knock this guy out. And Buster Douglas was too damn stupid, ignorant, to be afraid of Mike Tyson. he didn't buy it. He was just, he didn't buy the hype. So he fought him. He knocked Tyson out. And Tyson never won a fight ever after that, never. Because he was on momentum. He was psychological. Neither Buster Douglas either, for that matter. As far as I know. That's where America is right now. And so we wait and hit that wall. They're going to push at the king of the north. Once you hit it, they're going to be exposed as powerless. Power will be broken. Because remember, the powers of heaven be shaken. Right? What does that mean? Well, it tells you in the sixth seal, right? Great shaking occurred. That war. Counterfeit power. Okay? I mean, America's counterfeit. Look at the debt. $32 trillion in debt. That means they're bankrupt. They got counterfeit. The money is counterfeit. It's not worthless. How the hell you gonna say your money is worth anything when you $32 trillion in debt? What are your national, what do they call it? The national, whatever. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. You need to understand this because you may not realize this. You need to understand these concepts. These are angel concepts. Angel mind. If you don't cheat the angel mind, you will not get out of here. That's why Muhammad said himself, you will not return. You have thorough knowledge of self. Okay. Let me get to my main subject here. I'm going to try to talk clearly and slowly. Hopefully, I can get through this. Let me see. Okay, my sound don't look too bad right now. Checking it. Okay, I'm gonna try to give it a short version. I talked about yesterday. I want to get a very lengthy version. I'm gonna talk slowly. Right. It's a very powerful. I mean, The stuff I'm telling you right now, brothers and sisters, you never heard any place before. No one knows it. No one understands it. Okay? They don't understand how Scripture comes. Elijah Muhammad told you, but he didn't know about computers at the time. He didn't use Satan computers. He had another. The bottom line is, the first being, I'm not going into all the detail I want to go into. The first being, if you want to call it the first being, when the universe was totally contracted, there's one being there. And you got the brain and you got the mind. I tell you, mind's like software. Right? Okay. And I told you scriptures are minds for the season you're in. Like you upgrade Windows. Okay, this our version of Windows is active right now. That's the only one we support because it's for the way technology exists at that time. See, one of the reasons I upgrade Windows is because technology keeps changing, right? And so the operating system has to keep up with. Because remember, the operating system runs on computers. Those computers keep changing; they get more advanced and better. And so they have to keep operating the operating system to deal with, to work with those computers. So I can't support it anymore because it won't run. I mean, that version won't run because the computer's too advanced. And it needs an advanced operating system. Right? So as time changes, you go from winter to spring, you need to do an operating system. I mean, that should be obvious. You need a new operating system for the spring. You can't use the same operating spring system for the winter. In the spring that you had in the winter, you can't do it. Unless you want to freeze to death, unless you someplace where winter, summer, and spring and winter, same thing. So the first being, right? Just the first computer, first mind. That's the mind they use to write prophecy. Not prophecy, but scripture. But scripture is not necessarily prophecy. You see, prophecy, that's scripture, not necessarily prophecy. Everything in the angel is not prophecy. He's just telling you how you need to be successful in this time, what you need to do. Right? And so we need that. Otherwise, we go through blind. Oh, man. New season, what we do. So we have scripture. And Elijah Muhammad tell you every 25,000 years, probably 25,000 years, they write for the next 20, right? And then the scriptures given at appropriate times. So you be successful if you're a believer. If you accept the scripture, they use the word believer. I don't like those particular words like that, but that's words used because that's the idea, that's the language of the time. If you deal with mathematics, it's the one that can deal base clear mathematics is simply those who can upgrade and those that can't. The believers can upgrade, and the disbelievers, they not able to upgrade. So they get destroyed. They can upgrade to the spring, so they die in the winter. When you break the language down mathematically, and I'm looking at the language mathematically, so those words, I get hung up on those words because, some are inflammatory, or the disbelievers and the believers. No, the bottom line is the believers can upgrade, and the disbelievers not able to. I'm not able to get to the high school. I can't get to past grammar school. That means you lost. That's the language of the sealed Bible. So you're going to have different language when you get your new book after the angel. Okay. So that's like the mother, like the mother mind, the computer he wrote like the mother mind, I guess you call it, right? And that 25,000 years, scientists control it. But that's the way they need to see. They can't do it themselves. Their brain can't do it they can't be, look, I see somebody 1,000 years from now doing this. I mean, how could you be sure that that's going to happen? Because you see ahead of vision. But mathematically, you can know. They say, okay, and I'm not going into all the details how they do it, but the point is they have it and it's offshore right now where they can never, off planet, where they can never get to it. That's the mind of Allah, if you will. And it generates minds for each season as we go along. Right? And we use the same tool to navigate the universe. Okay. So now you got two stages of the universe. You got the contraction stage and the expansion stage. And right now we're in the expansion stage, which means all the energy that was all locked up, the devil's called the Big Bang, surround the Earth, the atmosphere of Earth is out there now. It means as you expand, it's less Earth here, less energy here, less and less and less. Right? We're taking energy to make stars and galaxies and all those type of things, right? But that's less energy here for us. The energy levels go down, 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 as we have to use the energy to build the creation. Right? Now, I'm not going. I wanted to go into all the excruciating details about all of that. I'm saying do it in the future. I just want to give you the general. Let's move on. Now, see this. I'm gonna get to my main point here. They're all going down. That means universe energy getting less and less and less energy because more energy is out there. I mean, the energy levels are going down. When you understand energy takes energy for everything. Energy levels going down, 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 down. It takes energy to maintain yourself, energy to think, energy to procreate. Whatever, it takes energy to do it. There's nothing no action that can be done without energy. We only have it's only a certain amount of energy in the universe. So what I'm showing the short version. I'm showing that top there, where we started out in the original, way in the 7 trillion years ago, we started the computer, right? And now we're sitting down. And at the bottom, we get that agricultural age. In other words, we get to the point where we have less energy. So, man, we can't maintain the technology that we had 7 trillion years ago because we get less energy. See, the first God was able to build that computer. Because we can't do that today. We couldn't build that computer today. See? Because all the energy, I mean, you can imagine how much energy that God had and all of his offsprings at that point. So we start, right? Less and less energy. Technology. So you need energy to run this technology. So the technology gets simpler and simpler and simpler, right? Until about 50,000 years ago, we say, oh, we're going to run into energy deprivation because it's going to be a period of time where we can't even maintain civilization. Not enough energy to maintain civilization. We're going to get to the point where we're not even going to maintain ourselves. Because all the energy's out there. We push it. So we got to go to that period. That's at the bottom down there. So we go from one age to lower age to lower age to lower age to less technical ages. Less technical. And the bottom of that is the agriculture age where there's no technology at all. That's the agriculture age. No technology at all. And then on top of that, there's not that much energy on the planet. So now 50,000 years ago, you start having deserts, famines. Because there's less energy on the planet. So that planet can't produce as much food and stuff it used to be. So you start having deserts. Because Saudi Arabia wasn't a desert. Because Saudi Arabia wasn't a desert 50,000 years ago. That's how you know all that oil's underground, because you know it had to be a paradise, because that's where all comes from, all kind of abundant life. So it couldn't have been a desert. I try to explain it to you. Right? So, deserts pop up, famines, not enough food for everybody. People can't maintain civilization anymore. enough power, energy to do that. So we said, okay. We decided to make Yakub. Excuse me. We have Yakub take, because everybody had the idea how to deal with this. Right? So Yakub says, okay, his tribe, Ishmael tribe, says, we didn't go there. We're gonna go to the ruler. We want to be the rule. So in other words, they went through a process that allowed them to rule because they stripped down first themselves. They didn't require as much energy to survive. So they had enough energy for a civilization. It'd be a bad civilization, but it's better than no civilization. It'd be a civilization making missionary shed blood. It'd be a system, a civilization that required to be run by force. You had to force people into submission. Right? But it would be still maintain civilization. Everybody just be go wild and crazy and just tear the place apart. Because people be hungry, people fighting for food. There's not enough food for everybody. See, people understands about Adam, and it sounds like I'm trying to help Adam out, make him feel good. Well, no, Adam was a positive figure for that 6,000 years. That's why God chose him. He was a positive figure. Because without Adam, right, there's been chaos. And that transformation to God's would never have happened. See? But he's still wicked. But remember, he's a winner person, so we're doing the winner. Submit to him. The winner. 6,000 years of winner. Submit to him. Because in the winter, he's good. He's a winner. That's the one you listen to in the winter. In spring, you don't listen to that anymore. Because he's no values anymore. You don't need him. But during the winter, you understand? So we descended into our culture age because our culture age there's no machines. You don't have anything. You struggle to get food. You got to go out and farm and struggle to get food and stuff. And fight for it. Who controls the food? There's not that much food. Who controls it? Controls the people. Because then you got to work for people. Because you can't have a farm. Your land turned to a desert now. Can I work for you? Get some food for you? Oh yeah, if you work on my farm for me, let me grow it. Because now you got to grow food. You didn't have to do that before. You do all that stuff. Culture age didn't exist. Because there was abundance of food and everything all over the place. But now culture age, there wasn't. So now you had to actually go and farm, work the earth to get food. You had to work it before you didn't have to. There was so much abundance of food. It was everywhere. You got to work the earth for food. Because it's less. It's our culture age. So then you got to start employing people and stuff. And the worst part of it, you start enslaving people. You get it? Okay. Now they tried. The point is, and I'm not going into detail about this, but if you want to buy a mule that's going to work, you want to buy a strong mule. You don't want a weak mule. And so they tried enslaving their own people and ditch a slave. That didn't work. They tried enslaving American Indians. That didn't work. We got the best mule they could. That was us, because we're most productive. But we had no control of it. We lost control of ourselves. Lost control of everything. We had less control than anyone else because we require more energy than anyone else. That's the industrial age. Right? So agricultural age. Got a farm, you got to make a living, man. You got to scratch the earth for food. Remember, it tells you in Genesis that was Adam's. Right? They was thrown out the garden. In the garden, they had to do for food. But they was thrown out the garden, and they had to go out and work the earth to eat. That's what they tell you. They had to work the earth. During that period, Adam's period, they had to work the earth. They was thrown out the garden. You got to put that in context. That's what happened. We had to work stuff. People didn't have to do that before. Because remember, we had the computers. We had you want to say machines or whatever you want to call it. It got less and less and less till we had nothing. So we had to actually do it with our hands. We had to work with our hands. We didn't have plows, any of that stuff. But then you get people to do it because you have to be done. So the strongest people make the weakest people do it. It's capitalism, slavery. Hope you understand that, brothers and sisters. I'm watching the clock here. Okay, now keep that in mind. So in 1860s, right, still industrial. Remember, Yakub, his 6,000 years is an agricultural age. As far as they know, the last 6,000 years has been agricultural. You go back, Roman times, Greek times, go back. They call it Stone Age or something. Coach, people had to farm and stuff. No machines. Anybody knew anything about a machine or nothing? This is where the crucial point comes in. So now we had to bottom down at our cultural age. And now the universe starts contracting, energy starts coming back. We start going back up again. See the arrow going up. And so we start going back up. Because remember, we got down to the bottom. Our class, we had nothing. Our class, we had nothing. Picking with hands, working with hands, no tools, anything. Because energy deprivation, that was in charge. No industry, no idea of it. And then what happens? The industrial age came to America in the 1860s. What happened in the 1860s? Because they started industry. But also, there was Civil War. Also, black folks coming out of the field. That means we started getting energy back. We had enough energy, we had to break that agricultural cycle, move to the industrial age. Check it out. I Googled it this morning. Industrial age came to America in 1865. That's around the time of the Civil War and everything. I told you, Civil War wasn't about slavery per se, about freeing you, about the industrial age. Let me go a little particulars here. Watch the clock here, right? I want to go into more detail another time. Remember, we're the best mules, the most productive. So when the industrial age came in, they didn't listen to the fields anymore. Remember, industrial age is against them because culture age is the winter season. We use people. So the stronger was the weaker ones to work for them. So now you don't need it anymore. So what happened is that, but remember, the industrial age is against them because that's spring. But they can't control it because now the universe is contracting, more energizing, right? Because now we ain't in the fields anymore. We're stronger now. We got the blues because we broke out of the cultural age. We did it, but they don't understand the connection. We actually caused this to happen. I'm not going into that right now. Because the industrial age is against them. Spring is against winter, but they don't know it. So now industrial age come in, and there's a problem. Because the slave master was putting you in the factories, and the factory always rather have you working than because you was more productive. They didn't have to pay you as much, but you was more productive because you're a strong mule, they weak mule. You understand? So that was what war was about because the devil said, hey, we can't compete against them. You gotta stop this. They used to call them plantation plants. You gotta stop this. So that's what he did. Came with work guilds and all these different things, unions to keep you out, so they could have those jobs. 'Cause you would have been better at it. You would have controlled an industrial age, and then that means that would be the end of them because they're trying to hold on. The winter's over. They're trying to hold on. With spring, it's the, right? Spring has come in. That's your season. Industrial age was your season. That's why they took the jobs. Detroit was like a industrial mecca. That's why they sent jobs overseas and everything else. Because you would have took control in industrial age. Because now you move back into your arena. The industrial age was a winner. It wasn't for you because you had to pick. But now, industrial age, that's what that was all about, to keep you out. Because everywhere black folks, they burn all your towns down. Every place that you in industrial age, you start being successful. Because industry, you start, go check it out. They start, all the places that you built, towns and everything was coming together, you was better than them. They burn them down. Because now you coming in to your own. You're moving back to the computer age, back to our true time, our true. Remember the original computer? Because when we get home, we're going to tap back into that again. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's what then the next stage, the computer age, moving up. That's against them. They lose control. They lost control of the industrial age because how China get powerful? Because they send the jobs over there. That's how China got, all China's power. How did they get powerful? Because you send jobs there to keep us from getting it. Because we would have mastered it. Who was the best at it? The industrial age art is computers. I wanted to go into analog, digital, the difference between the two, right? Basically, industrial age is computer age is like analog computers. Now, if you want to understand the difference between analog and digital, if you got an old camera and they put film in it, light hits the film, develop the film, that's analog. New cameras don't work that way. It comes in and it processes that light, right, into electronics. And then you can manipulate that, all that kind of stuff. You move it around, whatever you want to do with it, right? Special effects and stuff. That's the difference between analog and digital, basically. So, industrial age was like the analog computer. But now they move into digital, which is still computer age. Industrial age was computer age. It was just like analog computers. It still processes stuff. You put information in, right, material, whatever, and you get something out. Didn't have that in industrial agriculture. These are our ages. But the point is, they're trying to maintain, trying to hold on to it. They're trying to hold on to it. They're trying to hold on to the winter. So the spring comes in, they want to still maintain control. And they can't let you around in the spring because that'll be your season and you wipe them out. They got to wipe you out. They got to wipe you out. They can't let you be around when spring comes in. And the thing is, they can't stop spring coming in. So they try to do everything they can to control the spring. Okay, let's get some air conditioners in there. Let's get some fans. Let's get some icebergs, whatever. Keep it cool. If you understand, if you can put this in your mind, what's going on here? Because they're losing control. See, because they couldn't go past the agriculture age, but they're trying to maintain control. One way is keep you, right, from upgrading to those. Because if you do, I told you, they found out that you're the best programmers. It's all evidence. In fact, you got the best music. Music is programming. You're programming the atmosphere. Whether it's atmosphere, all this, you control the atmosphere. The lessons tell you that. But you don't know it. It's like a baby. You're controlling the atmosphere. He's babbling, but it don't make sense because he ain't good at it yet. But you're controlling it. They ain't good at it yet. So Babylon, nobody understand what he talks about. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. They got you babbling right now. Because the weather, you controlling the weather, but it's babbling, so it's all over the place. Because you ain't learned to control it yet. I mean, same thing. Your music is what's rocking the world. You're in control, you just don't know it. Baby. You're alive. You can talk, but nobody understands what the hell you're saying. You don't know what you're saying either. But you're still saying, you're making sounds. The sounds affecting people. Right. Yeah, he must be upset. That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. You didn't understand this. So, what's the evidence? Why are they bringing people? Okay, if they're the ones, the most wise and powerful, why are they bringing people from all over the world in here to do this stuff? Because they can't do it. They want you to do it. Because they know if you do it, you just bring people. You master them, and then you might want some revenge. Because spring does take revenge, doesn't it? When you look around spring come in, what happened to the winter? It's gone. Spring got the hell out of the winter. I mean, you may think that's simplistic, but spring eradicated the winter. Spring eradicated. And the winter doesn't want to be eradicated. I talk about personification. Personification. It's going to resist eradication. And so it's a conflict between the spring and the summer and the winter. And there's a conflict between the two. And winter is going to try to stop spring from taking control, from coming in. Because as it comes in, the dragon watched the father child soon was born. If they talk about the dragon, if you understand the dragon angel, some of you probably just thought the dragon just meant Arabia. But it describes the dragon. It said the dragon has 7 heads and 10 horns. That means all the nations want the spring to come in. Because they didn't qualify to the Holocaust. I'm not going to that here. So, all on board. Everybody's running after trying to get control of this computer age and keep you out. America's keep you out. They bring in all these Indians in. So how come they don't get their own people? If they're so good at it, how come they not bring their own people in to do this? They bring millions of people over here because they can't do it themselves. And they don't want you to do it. They bring all these in to control because they can't, this age is coming in. They can't stop it because we the one to bring this age in. You can't stop the spring. And you don't understand that. You're the one that's causing this. You're the spring people. You bring the spring in, and you don't realize it. They realize it. Because you're still embryonic. That's the way the Bible says it. You're still in the embryo. You're still in the womb. So you're alive, but you just don't know it. You're developing, but you just don't know it. You're still in the womb. It said you won't find out, realize it, what to tell you. Until you're born, because it's right in the angel. I told you, you don't understand the angel. You're looking at it and you're reciting and all that kind of stuff instead of looking in deep into it, because it tells you right there. Right? We're still in the womb of these devils. When they attack, we're in the womb. But once we come out, man, I see the great army. Because right now, we're embryonic. We don't, you're developing, but you don't know that you're developing. You're developing, but you don't know it. You're causing all these things that you just don't know it. See? And they can't control the computer age. They're trying to. They can't control the spring. And the only bottom line they have is, well, let's get rid of spring people. Personification. Get rid of spring people. Because if we don't, they're going to be empowered when spring comes in. Because that's their season. We had our season. And so they're doing everything they can to prevent the spring from coming in. If it comes in, make sure you're not around. And they can take and bring their air conditioners and whatever they need to survive during the hot spring. Right? They're robots and all this stuff they're talking about. That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. Okay? Let's bring people across the border. What's he bring all this stuff for? You don't see China doing that. You don't see India. They got their own people. They're doing it in America because they can't control it. They need people to help them control it. So you go to Indians, they say, oh, you could do the computers, you better than us. That's what they're saying. They bring the millions of them in here. Why are they sitting around here? What are they doing? What is devils doing? They bring these Indians in to do it for them because they can't do it. They don't want you to do it. And so now we're moving back up. Because once we bring it in the computer age, industrial ages, law computers, right? Trombone, all those are computers. All computers. You just don't understand it. They produce, you see music, that's computerized code. The angel is code. That's why you can't figure it out, it's code. That's why you got to figure it out. The sealed Bible, oh, well, you take it literally. But angel is code, it's computer code. Very complicated computer code that they can't figure out and their computers can't handle it. And that's why you got to start, that's the ladies love you got to upgrade too. Because that's the new mind that's coming in. That's the spring mind. It's on the scene right now. They're starting to feel the heat from it. The angel is the sun for the spring. It's melting in the winter. That's why it's cast as the sun. It's melting in the winter. And not a goddamn thing they can do about it. They're doing everything they can. They're trying to block it. Oh man, let's put some shades up. Anything. And the sun just burning the damn shades up. So you have to have the spring mind when spring, just like the devils, you had to have a cultural mind to be successful during the agricultural season. Now in industrial, same thing. Yeah. Now, computer, the angel. That's gonna get you on that level. You keep moving up. Okay. Higher levels. Higher levels of sophistication, higher level of mathematics. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I'm kind of leave it there. That's the long and short of what I wanted to talk about yesterday. It took almost 3 hours. I'll give you the brief version. Hopefully you understand it. That's why you know what's going on right now. They have momentum. They have no control anymore. There's no momentum. And the spring is coming in, they're trying to control it. So they bring all these Indians and everything else because they can't do it. The spring's coming in. The age is coming in. There's nothing they can do about it because we're the one bringing it in. How can they bring something in they can't even imagine themselves? This is coming out from us. But it's coming from the angel mind. That's the most powerful mind on the planet right now. It's code, it's computer code that you have to figure out. It's not like you got to assume, you don't have to. You could actually, it's mathematical. You could actually prove everything you say. Like you say, oh, I think it's a drag, or I think it's a, I need to tell you exactly, it's computer code. And they can't handle it. And then computers, they run their computers can't handle it because it's not sophisticated enough. It's way behind their comprehension. It's more like you'd be better off trying to teach a dog calculus. That's what angel is. That says no one could do it, not even the God himself. He has his own scripture. But no one could do it because it's the next level up. To get you home, get you thinking on that level. If you're a believer, you accept it, great. I told you there's a book coming after that. It's got the next level, higher, higher, higher. Then you have more sophistication. What the technology will be far superior to this. This technology they have, right? You got from us. We can prove it. But the point is, this was unimaginable 100 years ago. Unimaginable. Even 50 years ago, they didn't have cell phones and things like that. 50 years ago. They didn't have laptops and things. Some stuff unimaginable. And that's why it says no one can imagine the new world's coming in, because computers will be so sophisticated, so powerful, so sophisticated, till we actually eventually ride back the mind of Allah all together to the back. But only one individual can get back there. Total comprehension of the universe, total. Like the Quran says, the individual can tell every tree that drops, a leaf and everything. It's a whole different. I saw another ball game altogether. If you understand any of this, brothers and sisters, but the point is that the industrial age shows they're in decline. They had to empower their enemies to get control of it. They didn't want to have control, so they sent industry to China. Now, China's strong. How do they get strong? Because you sent industry over there. Because you didn't want us to have it, because you couldn't control it. If you control it, you would never let us have it. Detroit was like, where did Motown come out of? Out of Detroit. Motown sound. Out of Detroit. And it was a black mecca. They had control of the industry, car market, the whole thing, building cars and everything. Black folks was doing great. And they said, oh man, can't have that. Like every place else, every time they saw blacks got hold of the industry, they excelled. They're going to burn the damn towns down because they know they couldn't keep up with you. They'd burn you down. That's why they was doing it. I think they said like 160 towns they had that black folks had built and was successful in the industrial age because they was good at it. They burned them down. They built prisons and things for you because they know they couldn't keep up with you. They couldn't do it. And you out there in the good, something got your own town. Black folks are doing good, and they down the road. You out there trying to figure out where they're gonna get the next meal from. Man, niggas got the machines, man. How you run the machine? I don't know. You come see, they didn't want to come and ask you to run the machines for them. The way they do that is enslave your ass and then tell you to run the machine. And that's another thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to close out, brothers and sisters. Here's another trick they use. Now, when I was in the military, if you was an officer, you knew the whole program, A to Z. You knew the whole thing. You had to. And then what you do is you delegate. Okay, I want you troops, you take care of A. You troops take care of B, C. You troops take care of X, Y. They take parts. But you had to know the whole thing. You had the whole strategy because you had to plan the whole thing. You know it all. And then you tell them what they need to do. But that's not what happens in the industrial world. That's not what happened when you was in the fields either. Because you knew how to pick the cotton and all that stuff. But the taskmaster didn't know that. He was just standing there, make sure you did it. Watch you, make sure you didn't run away. He didn't know any of that stuff. But you did, because you was doing it. And the same thing. They had these supervisors, they call them supervisors. See, I know because I've been through this. I used to be an employee. I started my own business. But if you check your supervisors out, they don't know shit. Wait a minute, how you going to supervise all the people who know more about what's going on than you do? Because your job is just to watch them, make sure they stay online, they get the work done. And you're getting paid more than them, and you don't know a goddamn thing. That's another thing that's going on, brothers and sisters. So that's how they keep, white folks keep themselves in control. Okay, man, you don't know how to run no damn computer. No, you don't know how to run these machines. But those niggas, they do. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put you in charge. Just make sure they do it. That's what's going on. There's so much stuff going on, but you're still in womb, and you gonna come out that womb. You gonna come out blasting because this is your age. The industrial age got you out of the field. So who benefited from the industrial age? You did, because you went on the according to age, you was in that field picking cotton 24/7, getting your ass kicked with industrial age that ended because they didn't need you in the field anymore. So who benefited? So it came out of your mind. They didn't tell you that because you lifted up. That's when you came out of the fields, Civil War. You moved up, started with the blues. See, now you're moving up, and now they're trying to stop you from getting in the computer age. Trying to blind you on that one too. Like I said, I ran my own consulting company. I was the best. And they didn't like it. I saved them millions of dollars. ATT, Blue Cross, all of them I worked for. I saved them tons of money. And they had to get rid of me after I finished because they would take credit because I showed them stuff. They didn't want me to be around to take credit for the stuff I showed them. But I had an excellent reference. They couldn't do that, mess with that. They had no problem getting contracts. But they had to say I was great. They just didn't want to run me around because I made them look bad. They had no degree. I just got GED. Nigga. And they were PhDs and bachelor's degrees and master's degrees. I run circles around. How come you didn't figure that one out? Well, he did. Who was he? Him. They ain't anywhere near as smart as you think they are. That's why they bring all these Indians and everybody else in to run this stuff because they can't do it. They don't want you to know it. And you can, but they don't want you to do it. They send it to other people. And the only option they got right now is to eradicate you. Otherwise, you're going to wake up and get it, and they're through. Because you're the best at it. You're the best at music. Every time you get your foot in the door, you knock the goddamn door down. You get your foot in sports, you knocked it down. You get your foot in music, you knocked it down. And they was always saying, you couldn't do this, you can't do this stuff. You get your foot in boxing, you knocked it down. Oh, they can't. And every time you got in there, you knocked it down. You were the best soldiers they had. That's everything. Even golf, they go. And you're the best at this too. They can't let you get that. But that means you control the mind. You might want some revenge. That's where you are right now, brother. Says that's the long and short of it. So right now, America's on momentum. They're about to hit Iran. When they hit Iran, everybody's going to realize they don't admit they have no power anymore. Great fear is going to come upon these people because they know they're in trouble. And there's no salvation for them. Got to about that. The story today is repent. He's a devil. That's what I'm trying to put all this together for you so you understand it, brothers and sisters. What's happening right now? That's what's happening. That's the choice they got. Either submit to you or get rid of you. They ain't gonna submit. But they can't stop the spring from coming in. So how do we control it? How do we get control of it? They're desperate to control it. That's the decision they got. That's how it affects you. That's what's going on. And it's getting stronger and stronger. You're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It says you'll come out with a new music. That means there's a whole new idea programming. Soon, in a minute, you'll come out with a single great army, with great transformation. You have control of all of this. But they watch you to make sure that don't happen. They say, Their job was watching to devour you as soon as you was born. They put all this together. Why? Why are they so afraid of you? Why are they so afraid? Why bring all these Indians in? Why bring people across the border? You ask yourself these questions? That's why. They can't tell you that. Spring is coming. They cannot control it. They cannot stop the spring. The best to try to control the best they can. Right? Get rid of the spring, people. Bring air conditioners in and fans and whatever. Stay cool. Right? If you understand it, bro and sisters, that's long and short of it. I'll close out right now. Right? Because that forecast come on in a few minutes. This is going to be a blast. I don't know if I want to watch it, bro. It's going to be a 3 or 4 hour thing. This shit is brain cancer. And based on what they're saying, Ishmael is going to speak for Farrakhan. So I guess God told Farrakhan to still be quiet. It's so much bullshit over there. 6,000 cars. It's about 6,000 cars. You ever been to that place? They can't put 600 cars in parking space. Plus they said they go with tents there. So they ain't got a place to put cars. So where you can put 6,000 cars on the street? That means you're going to walk, 2 miles to get to the place? It's cold in Chicago right now. So they got tents out there. That means they're going to build tents. That means they got to put heat in those tents, don't they? They got to put electricity in those tents, don't they? They got to put toilets and stuff in those tents, right? In those tents too. You believe this shit? It's bullshit. That's what they said they got to do. They're going to put enough tents out there, 6,000 people or whatever. Big those tents have to be. They have to be, right? Heated. They have to be heated such a way so nobody get no fumes and carry on. They got to install electricity, toilets, portable toilets or whatever. Then they got to put TVs and everything so people can see what's going on. Not to mention where you're going to park at. You believe that? You believe that? How much money that would cost? And then they got to put chairs in it, right? So 6,000 chairs. What chair? $10 a piece. That's $60,000 right there just on the chairs. How much this thing whole price would cost? Probably close to $1 million. $500,000. If they beg for money, they can't afford that. They might show some pictures. There ain't gonna be nobody out there. I told you months ago, Farrakhan was out of it. See, I wasn't lying to you. I'm not to you. I told you he was out of it months ago before they said that. But he won't die before the war takes place. We see what we are critical. That's why I bring all these things together. I was going to do that today, but running out of time here. Everything is right at the critical point. Assalamu alaikum.